Goals and resources. Main ideas. You can manage your life by deciding on priorities and setting goals. Once you have your goals, you need to determine which resources you will need to achieve them. Establishing priorities. Managing your life starts with determining your priorities. Perhaps you have so many ideas about what you want that sorting them all out can seem overwhelming. Priorities can differ from person to person and where you are in life. As a teen, getting a driver's license or practicing to make a team might be important right now. Accomplishing everything right away may not be reasonable or even possible. That is why you need to prioritize. Identify your priorities to give you direction as you set goals and manage your resources. Needs or wants. Establishing your priorities starts with taking a close look at needs and wants. It's easy to think certain wants are needs. Needs are things that you must have for survival, such as a jacket and shelter. Wants are things you desire but are not essential or necessary. So you need shelter, but do you need a mansion? You need clothes, but do you need designer labeled clothes? The desire to fit in, is that a need or a want? Knowing the difference between needs and wants is essential to setting priorities. The role of values. When you set priorities, you should also examine your values. These help you determine what is more or less important. Values are the beliefs and ideas that guide your life. They help prioritize. They also guide your behavior and actions towards what you want to accomplish. Values can be different from person to person. And remember the values and spending survey you completed? What did your values say about you? Setting goals. Begin with the end in mind. Once you know what your priorities are, you can set the appropriate goals. There are different types of goals. We have short-term goals, we have long-term goals, we have fixed goals, and we have flexible goals. So a short-term goal is something you want to complete soon, like today, a week, maybe in a couple of weeks. A long-term goal is something that's further out, something you want to accomplish in the next couple of months or years. And a fixed goal is something that has a definite deadline or time limit, such as you are graduating on a certain day and you have to have this stuff done by that day. That's a fixed goal. A flexible goal is, by the summer I'd like to shed 20 pounds. There's no specific date attached to it. So let's talk about goal setting. There's different types of goal setting. One of the things you've probably heard a lot about, especially with ACP, is the SMART goal setting process. So when you set goals, instead of just saying, this is what I want to do, this is a way to put your goal into a statement that actually gives it structure and gives it a timeline and makes it measurable, so that you are continuously working towards achieving the goal that you want. So in order to set goals, or after you've set your goals, you also need to identify the resources. To reach your goals, you need to manage your resources and seek out the resources used to achieve them. So what's a resource? Something or someone that can help achieve your goal. There's 4 categories of resources: human, material, community, and natural. Human is your knowledge, skills, or others' knowledge, skills, creativity, energy, your family, friends. Material resources are things, your physical objects. Community resources are things within our community. Community resources, so schools, libraries, hospitals, museums, parks, things that our taxes go for. And then natural resources are things found in nature. Air, water, soil, plants, mineral, gas, oil, coal. Those are all natural resources. Now you can identify resources, it's time to learn how to manage them. You need to understand the limits of your resources and know how to make the most of them in order to achieve your goals. Management skills is using your resources wisely. Learning to be resourceful, which means using creative problem solving to manage resources. So, by expanding resources, conserving resources, exchanging resources. So, what are these three? What do they mean? So, if you look at the little toad there, little frog, he's using a leaf as an umbrella. And we'll talk about that in a second. So, expanding resources. It's basically increasing your knowledge and skills, expanding your knowledge or your resources. So, you're gaining more. Improving personal energy by eating well, sleeping, getting enough exercise. Having a positive attitude actually gives you more energy and enthusiasm to overcome obstacles. Conserving resources. Basically, conserving resources is about making the most of what you have. Time management is big. You can't add time, so you have to learn to manage the time that we have. Taking care of the things that you already have so that they don't break down and you don't have to replace them. Not buying things on impulse. So, conserving your resources. Remember, money is a resource. So, not buying things that you don't need. And do your part in the community. Don't waste natural resources. Exchanging or substituting resources. Think about this. If Susie likes to paint, but she hates to do her taxes, so she talked to Bob, who's an accountant, and he hates to paint. So Susie painted Bob's house, and he did her taxes. They traded resources. Also trading time and using time and creativity versus spending a lot of money on something. Buying expensive gifts, or you can use your thoughtfulness, your creativity to make a meaningful gift that comes from the heart. So, in summary, managing your life starts with determining your priorities, understanding the difference between needs and wants, understanding and knowing how your values shape your actions. Setting goals is the key to success and overall well-being. And learning to manage your resources will help you achieve your goals.